Hey everyone, and welcome back to Tech with SAS. Today we are diving into a topic that sounds complicated, but is super relevant: the difference between AI, machine learning, and deep learning. You hear these terms everywhere, right? From your smartphone to self driving cars. And by the end of this video, you will not only understand what they mean, but also how they're connected and why they are shaping our future, right? So let's get started, right? To understand these topics, uh, look at this image, right? They are like three circles, right? So artificial intelligence is the biggest circle encompassing everything, right? Then aside AI, we have machine learning, and finally inside machine learning, we find deep learning, right? So we are going to break down each layer starting from the outside in. Okay. So let's begin with artificial intelligence or AI in short. At its core, AI is about creating machines that can mimic human intelligence, right? The ultimate goal of AI is to make computers think, learn, and solve problems in ways that resemble human cognitive abilities. How human think, how human act, right? We want to mimic that. This can range from simple tasks like playing chess or incredibly complex ones like understanding human language or some disease solution, right? So to solve the problem of like any medical issue, right? Then think of AI as also a broad scientific field and grand ambition, right? It is the quest to build smart systems so that it is helpful to human being. Okay, and then so examples are everywhere if you look, right. For example, we have this Siri or Alexa in our home, which we use to get some songs or like music, right, or some news, right. And also we have systems like in Netflix or YouTube which recommends the movies or like some programs, right. So and spam detecting in your email as well. So if you are playing either video games or using Netflix, AI is everywhere, right? So you are basically touching it, even if you don't know it, right? So now, how do we make these machines intelligent, right? One of the most powerful and widely used method is machine learning, right? So as you can see on the diagram, the machine learning is a subset of AI. Okay, it is a it basically it's like a inner circle of the whole diagram, right? Under the AI. Now, the key idea behind ML is that we don't specifically program a computer for every single rule, right? So normally in programming, we have like some business logic and we define every rule, right? But here, what we do, we feed it a massive amount of data and the algorithm learns the pattern automatically from data, right? So whatever data we are feeding to ML algorithm, right, it is able to understand the pattern and relationship between those data, right? So with those features on the data, it is able to find some patterns and then it decides based on what it has learned. Okay. So without being told like any step by step solution or any programs, right? It is able to understand the data which is fed to the algorithm and it is able to learn those patterns, right, from data and then it can decide or give some predictions, right, whenever it has like a new data encountered. Okay. So imagine taking a child, right? So suppose there's a small kid of just maybe 2 year or 1 year old, right? And we want to teach him or her like how a cat look like. Okay. So we don't give them a list of rules like, okay, it has whiskers or pointy ears, a tail, right? So better what we do, we just show them pictures of animals like cats, dogs, or other animals, right? And over time, when child learns to distinguish a cat from other animals and understand the patterns, right? So this is how they learn about any image, or they can link the image with the particular animal, right? Similarly, machine learning algorithm is also work in the same way. So whenever we use the huge computational power and feed a huge amount of data to the algorithm, right? It's able to understand the pattern, the correlation between the data, and then it is able to find what is exactly the pattern and then predict in the when we have like feeding and data to the algorithm, right? So now let's see about the this second image which we have. So here, right? So finally, let's understand what is deep learning, right, or DL. So deep learning, as we saw in the previous image, it was like a inner part of the whole all circle, right? So basically, it's a subset of machine learning that is behind some of the most impressive AI breakthroughs which we have seen recently. Okay, so what it makes what things it make unique to it, right? Because it can uses the neural networks. Okay, so they are not just biological brains, but artificial networks inspired by how the human brain work, right? So in our brain, right, there are maybe millions of neurons. How they interconnect with the various layers and how they work, right? Those neurons, too, right, in our brain. Same way, these deep neural networks are incredibly good at finding very complex and abstract patterns in data patterns, right? So I mean, the traditional ML might struggle to find pattern when we have very complex data, right? But when we use deep learning, it is able to mimic how our brain works. Like we have a uh, neural things right our brain, right? Similarly, it also has neural networks. So based on that, is able to find the patterns in the complex problems, right? For example, a deep learning network might first learn to recognize simple edges in an image, right? It might not take the whole image to understand. It might just understand the edges, then it might break it down to from edges to the shape, right? So what kind of shape the image is, right? Maybe shape is a circle or a rectangle. So then so basically in deep learning, the learning is very hierarchical. So it starts maybe from the edges, then the shapes and the color, right? So basically this is how it works at a very high level. Like so, deep learning is what powers advanced facial recognition, highly accurate voice assistant, machine translation, and even the ability of AI to generate realistic art. Right. So any complex work or task to be performed, right? So in that sense, we normally use the deep learning, right? So now, let's try to summarize whatever like those three terms which we understood, right? So, you think about AI, right? So AI is a big goal, right? So, building machines that mimic human intelligence, that is the goal of the AI. Second layer, which we saw, is machine learning. So, machine learning is one powerful approach of achieving AI, where machines learn from data without programming the anything, right? So, from data, they can learn the pattern and then they can predict, right? And deep learning, on the other hand, is specialized by machine learning, right? That uses multi-layer neural networks, right? Excelling at intricate patterns recognition and very complex type of work it can perform, right? So understanding all these distinctions is not about just about some jargons, right? So you heard about okay, AI, ML, and DL, right? So, but the main thing is that to understand the fundamental technologies behind it. So my goal is uh, to uh, to start from very basic and try to cover the whole whatever at basic level the whatever I understood, right? So to cover all the topics one by one. Okay. So case, this video helped clear things maybe to an extent, right? Please give a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to ring the bell, right? So you don't miss any future videos from me, right? And let me know in the comments if there are some other complex topics which you like to, which you want me to basically focus on or like demystify. And today, yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you very much.